this is the unit that we are starting, that is unit number 14, basic principles of organic chemistry. Okay, so in this unit you are going to see the structural representation of organic molecules. In that, till this date you have seen some formulas of the alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, then some functional groups you have gone through. Okay, so as you have gone through the particular textbook, directly they have given the structural representations. This is actually prerequisites that I am explaining to you, that you must know the alkanes, carbon number 1 to carbon number 10, and their general formulas or their molecular formulas you must. Okay, so considering that all the elements in the periodic table and the carbon compound, this carbon is having special properties or special characteristic properties are there, and because of that organic chemistry is very vast. So we are studying some structural representations for this. Okay, so what is the structural representations? As we know that carbon can form single bond, double bond, then there is a formation of long chain. Okay, so the structural isomerism is also possible in organic compounds. Because of this property, there is some representations that can be done, so by which the molecules are represented. Okay, so for representing the molecule, we are actually using some shorthand structures, wedge line structures, okay, dotted line structures are there that we will go through. So this is very basic lecture in which we are going to see the classification of this in structural classification. Okay, so if you go through this structural classification, they are having three types, that is condensed formula that we are going to explain, then bond line formula, then 3D presentation, okay, or 3D representation of the molecules. Then in that 3D representation we are again going somewhat deep in that. Okay, so wedge formula, there is a Fisher projection, or you can say it is cross formula. Then third one is Newman projection formula. These types of formula we are going through, and that is Sohor's presentation or Sohor's representation. It is also called as Anderon formula or perspective formula. So these are the different names for this. Okay, so one by one we will see what are those formulas in which the molecules are explained. This is actually a ChemDraw software in which I am explaining this part to you. Okay, so condensed formula. Condensed formula, this is the formula in which we are only depicting the carbon and hydrogen atoms. Okay, we are not showing the bonds between the carbon and hydrogen. We are showing the bonds between carbon and carbon, and sometimes the bonds are not shown directly. The formula is written. Okay, so how this formula is represented? It is like this. It is CH3 dash CH3. Okay, if you like this. Okay, so this is the condensed formula. Okay, or you can write this formula as this one, that is CH3CH3. So this is nothing but the condensed formula for ethane. So condensed formula is a complete structural formula that can be further simplified with hiding some or all the bonds. Okay, so in this we are hiding, or we are not showing the bonds in carbon and hydrogen. We are not showing the bonds in carbon and carbon. Okay, so both these formulas, this one if you see, this is also correct, or if you want to explain this formula or in this fashion, it is also correct. Understand? So this is nothing but the condensed formula. So next one is the bond line formula. So what is bond line formula? The name itself indicates that it only shows bond. Okay, so bonds between the carbon and carbon. There is no bond between the carbon and hydrogen. If I write this example here suppose CH2. Okay, so if you consider this molecule, here also suppose CH2. Okay, so this is 4 carbon containing alkane that is called as a butane. So how this butane is written in the form of bond line formula. To draw the structure of this butane in bond line formula, what bond line formula shows that it does not represents the carbon, it does not represents the hydrogen. Just only the bond between carbon and carbon is shown. Also, the hydrogen atom and carbon atom are hidden. Okay, so how to draw this? Okay, according to sp3 hybridization, this can be formed. So this is the formula for butane. So how it is formed? Now if you see this terminal carbon which I have shown here, this terminal carbon is nothing but the CH3 group. So this is also CH3 group. If I write here CH3, this is also CH3. Then this is CH2 group and this is also CH2. So how this formula is written, that is very important, because this bond line formula, if you want to draw the structure of butane, the bond line formula can represent the only lines that does not show you hydrogen carbon bond and carbon carbon bond. Only it shows the lines. So it is very simple to show the formula. Hydrogen over here on this hydrogen atom. So if you concentrate on this particular carbon atom, okay, this carbon is tetrahedral in nature. That's why the bond line formula are also called as zigzag formula, because if you see the structure, if I draw this structure, if I simply click on this central carbon, it automatically forms the sp3 hybrid carbon atom. If I want to show double bond in this projection in bond line formula, it can be shown like this. So if I put this double bond, this is carbon carbon double bond. Okay, this is CH2 and this is also CH2 group. And if I put directly on, this is nothing but the planar structure. sp2 carbon atom it is there, and okay, if this carbon across this carbon carbon double bond there is a sp2 carbon, that's why the structure is planar. And if you put again carbon atom here, so see here tetrahedral structure, it means that this molecule which I have colored in red, okay, in which this is sp3 carbon, this is sp2 carbon. Okay, so automatically it will be taking the particular geometry hybridization. Understand? And if I put triple bond, so this is the triple bond. Okay, and if I directly click here, it will not give you zigzag structure, it will give you directly straight line, because if you consider the sp carbon in bond lines formula, so how many carbon atoms? 4 carbon atoms are there. So it is 2 butane, 1 2 butane, butyne, it is alkyne, okay, or 2 butane, 2 butane. Understand? So this is the bond formula. We will go for the next molecules. Till this we have seen these two, condensed formula and bond line formula. Now we are going to see how this three-dimensional representation is there, how this Wedge formula is given. So this is very important. So in Wedge formula, this carbon atom, as I have told you, if I simply draw this molecule here, okay, this is sp3 hybridized. Okay, so this is sp3 hybridized. Put some names here, A, B, D and E. Okay, and this is the central carbon atom. So around this central carbon atom there are 4 different bonds in tetrahedral structure, in tetrahedral position. Now if you consider the Wedge formula represents that according to the sp3 hybridization, what happens? Two bonds, any two bonds if you consider from this A, B, D and E, these two bonds are on the plane, one bond is above the plane and the fourth bond is below the plane. Consider this A and B, they are on the plane. Okay, then A and B are on the plane, then D is above the plane, okay, and E is below the plane. So now if I want to draw this structure in this fashion in wedge formula, so how can I draw this? If I draw this in this way, that this is the central carbon atom, okay, so around this central carbon atom there is A bond which is on the plane, then B bond which is on the plane, okay. So the bonds which are on the plane, they are given by simple line, so they are given by simple line. If I draw this D, if I color this, it will be more clear to you to understand. So if I want to draw this D, so how can I draw this D? Because D is above the plane. So if you consider this D, suppose I have to put this, and this I have given here in red color. Then, okay, so it is coming towards you. If I consider this molecule in 3 dimension, so this D is coming towards you. So here D, here it is D. Okay. Then if I want to show this E, what is E? E is below the plane. That's why this E is written below the plane. That can be given by dotted lines. So here it is E. If I show this in color, so this is the color. Okay, understand? So this is the simplified formula, that A and B on the plane, that is given by simple line. If D above the plane, that is given by wedge line. If E below the plane, that is given by dotted line.